style and outlook of the West, thanks to modern China's fast economic expansion. But is rapid growth really worth at the expense of the environment and of the interests and dignity of the people in the so-called lower social strata? When media is controlled by the state, websites are blocked, discussions forbidden, when workers and peasants denied basic rights, when scholars and journalists languish in prison. What is Chinese modernity? Is China really modern? During our conference planning, we had constructive dialogues with a few consuls from China's Consulate General in New York. In these free-flow discussions, they seem strikingly confident about China's peaceful rising to modernity. And one of the points I have made very clear to them is that our country will never come to grips with modernity until it re-explores, critically re-evaluates, and reappropriates her own classical culture. Simply taking unworthy nationalism, simply taking our traditions as a series of formulas and slogans so as to reprocessing it in the interests of an unworthy nationalism, or simply building Confucian institutes abroad while ignoring 仁义礼智信 at home will not help, because in the end, only a self-confidently Chinese China can be a creative China. But of course, it must be a China that asks new questions of its classical heritage through cross-cultural perspectives, a China enriched by deep encounter with other cultures, including that in the Tibetan plateau. And now, the Dalai Lama is here. I just said China needs to ask new questions. What questions to ask him? About history, culture, politics, spiritual values, or Chinese-Tibetan relations, or simply about ourselves. In my opinion, understanding the self and other people is a lifetime project. For example, what temptations so easily turn angelical impulses into their depraved opposite? Why, for instance, does utopian thinking so often lead to nightmarish reality? What happens when human beings reject responsibility for their own actions and for one another? How does that come about? How do people persuade themselves to behave wrongly and then defend themselves from criticism and from self-recognition? These are serious things to contemplate, and none of the answers that easily come to mind is very reassuring, because they are at the center of human frailty, and therefore at the heart of human reality everywhere. I pray for wisdom, and on behalf of all the participants of the Bridge Conference, I cordially invite His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet, to share his opinions and guidance. Thank you.
I will go there. Oh, sorry. What a day. I think better to put here. Oh, check. Yes, yeah. I prefer from here. I can see better, and you also can see my face better. The light too strong. Dear brothers and sisters, and especially dear Chinese brothers and sisters, I'm extremely happy here with this kind of meeting, the mixture with Tibetan and Chinese and some other. I noticed some Indian. So after all, we are same human being. Mentally, emotionally, physically, we are same. And also everybody, really want happy life. Nobody want miserable life. That's our basic right. Now question is how to achieve that? As you mentioned, just material? No. Ultimately, the joyfulness, happy life, much depend on our mental attitude. So long, mental level, too much stress, too much anxiety, fear, distrust. Then, no matter how beautiful house or a lot of money, a person cannot be a very happy person. Materially may be poor, but with full of trust, no fear, surrounding friend, no barrier, that person can be a very happy person. That's very clear. So as a human being, wherever I go, wherever I have opportunity to talk, I always stress the importance of these basic human values. Not necessarily be a religious person. Without religion, using our common sense and common experience, and then latest scientific finding, you can develop the warm-heartedness. Basically, we human nature, human being, is more compassionate nature. That's clear. And also the very sort of the fact, we are a social animal. So any social animal, even bees or ants, without religion, without constitution, without police, you see, there is some kind of sense of cooperation. Through that way, they survive. So basically, we also social animal. So each other suspect, distance, distrust. How can develop happy human society? Impossible. So these inner values are very, very essential. That's number one. And second, I am Buddhist. I always stress the importance of harmony among the different traditions. It's really, really unfortunate. Name of religion, conflict, even sometimes killing, really unfortunate. And then in spite of different sort of philosophy, all religions, major religions, carry sort of same practice of love, compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, self-discipline, so on. So all have same potential. And philosophy, in the philosophical differences, there are. Even within Buddhism, Buddha taught different philosophical view. So, because it is necessary, even among his own student, there are different mental dispositions. So therefore, you see, he deliberately, taught different philosophical views. So it suits, it benefits larger number of people, followers, like that. So that's my, number 2 commitment. Now here, specifically talking to young students, mainly Chinese brothers, sisters, and Tibetans, and some other. when we look